What's up, everybody? Marion Cole here, joined by League One's Defender of the Year, Brandon Fricke. Brandon, what's going on, man?
Not a whole lot. Just trying to enjoy the off season, a little downtime before we start to ramp back up for next year.
Yeah, it is crazy just with how the timing has gone, the delayed season. This off season doesn't even really feel all that off because, like you said, we're going to be back. You're going to be back in Greenville, I'm sure, before you know it.
Yeah, it's definitely been a quick one and kind of just preparing, obviously waiting on a start date. So hopefully we get that soon and can kind of ramp things up and, get ready for next season because I think a lot of guys are excited to be back in Greenville and, start working together again.
Definitely. First of all, congrats on a very impressive first season with Greenville. But it wasn't your first season in the league. Obviously, you were with Lansing Ignite in 2019. The season ended a bit differently for you this year. You kind of suffered a playoff loss when you were with Lansing. You were a second team, I believe, all league selection in 2019.
Mhm.
This year, not only did you get to lift a trophy, but you also, like I mentioned earlier, were voted as the League One Defender of the Year. Heck of a season. I have a question, on an individual level, what were some of the aspects of your game that you saw improve from your first year in the league to your second year in the league to kind of get you over from being a second team all league selection to being League One's Defender of the Year?
Yeah, I think, first of all, thank you. And, it was a great season for the team. So I think that's part of the big reason why there was a jump is the team aspect. I think defensively as a unit, we were so strong this year. I've said it before. I think several guys on that line could have won Defender of the Year and were, basically first team, defenders. So I think having that unit, with the goalkeeper, the back four, and then obviously the guys in front of us, the midfield, the strikers, they put in a lot of work too that doesn't always get recognized defensively. So as a unit, as a team, I think that definitely helped, get the individual accolades. So, first and foremost, I got to thank the guys beside me, behind me, in front of me. And obviously it was nice to get the award. I take a lot of pride in that. But it's as much theirs as it is mine. And individually, I think it was just, a good fit in the unit. And, just being able to kind of crack down on a few things after the first 4 or 5 games of the season. We wanted to clean up on a few things, just little details. And we focused on that in training. And I really took that to heart, just, kind of focus on the little things, defending in the box, just being kind of mean in there and, worrying about not conceding goals. That's my job and our job at the end of the day. So that kind of became more of a focal point, and start from there and then build off of that. And I think, not only myself, but other guys did the same. And obviously that reaped us some awards down at the end of the season.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more with just everything that was accomplished this year being such a team effort from front to back. You mentioned doing the little things. This year to me was one of those years that all of the little things, you really got to see that come to fruition, that they all truly do add up from off-field stuff to on-field stuff. I don't want to talk too much about the pandemic because it's something that's been talked about enough.
Yeah.
We've put a negative light on it enough. So I kind of want to spin it into a positive note. You seem like a pretty positive guy. With all of the things going on, the team only bubble, having 2 preseasons practically, along with so many other things, how do you feel like that actually helped Greenville in the long run?
Yeah, it did in a sense that we had, a more time to kind of do, we had the individuals and then the small group workouts, and we could really focus on our own unit in those times and just kind of nail down on some of the little things, like even down to communication. How do you say certain things to get it across most effectively and efficiently? So like we were able to spend time, working on that stuff in that period where, in other years you've already been playing games, and sometimes that stuff can just kind of get put by the wayside when you got to focus on the next game and then the next game and the next game. So it was kind of good to just step away and focus on your unit, on what you can improve individually. And then the mental stuff was difficult, I think, for every guy on a different level. But after being through it and pushing through it, it definitely, I think, made us stronger as a unit and individually. So Those are some of the things. But yeah, it was a tough year for many, but I think it brought us closer in the end.
Definitely. And, it's not to say that this year won't be something similar. So that's why I like to chat about, ways that
Mhm.
we can look at this in a bit of a different way. But, you're a player that is very experienced. You've played in many systems. You played alongside many different people in a back line. Greenville has been, as far as backline success is concerned, has been at the top of the league for the past 2 years. So I'm curious to know, from kind of a newcomer's perspective, what is it about this specific group of players in the back line? What is it about Harks' system that brings so much success to Greenville continuously?
Yeah, I think, like you said, it kind of boils down to the little details and just taking pride in defending. I think sometimes that gets kind of looked over. Everyone wants to attack, everyone wants to score goals, play a very fun style, a very pretty game, you could say, which everyone likes that. It's awesome. But at the end of the day, if you don't concede goals and you're willing to do kind of the dirty work, the hard work to not concede goals, you're always going to be in a game. So I think that mentality to start there, like, we don't want to concede, that'll always give us a chance. And then we can build on that with some of our more, exciting type football moving forward. So I think that is kind of the bedrock for this team, and it has been for the last 2 years. And hopefully moving forward, if we can maintain, that kind of stability defensively,
Yeah.
it'll lead to greater things, attacking wise as well.
Definitely. I mean, you can't. It's hard to win without keeping goals out of the back of the net, for sure. Other than lifting a trophy, I'm curious to know: do you have a favorite moment of the season now that you've kind of had some time to sit back and reflect? Are there a few things that stand out to you throughout the season?
Favorite moment other than the trophy.
Hard one.
Yeah, that's obviously number one, probably. But
Yeah.
I mean, I think honestly, like, getting the date back in whatever May or June was pretty exciting, because a lot of us were just in limbo, just training and not knowing when and if. And to finally get, like, this is when we're going to start, like, here's your first game. That was really just like an exciting moment for a lot of us, because now we had something to look forward to. Especially when you're just training and it just gets a little monotonous. And so that was awesome. And then probably, like, other than that, was probably the first game we were allowed to have fans. Obviously limited capacity, but still, like, playing in empty stadiums, you get to play and it's great, but, like, having the fans back for that first time and, like, just feeling any sort of atmosphere was unreal for us and gave us a lot of energy. And that was cool just to see that, we still had the support and, we're able to do well
Yeah.
for the community.
Yeah, I think you just hit on it. It was, even just as a member of the front office, it was incredible to see. You worry about that kind of stuff, and
Yeah.
something like this, you're like, is anyone going to still care? We haven't played for literally like 8 months now.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. It felt like
we're
forever.
here,
Yeah.
and to see such an awesome turnout from a community of just loyal people. They've been loyal to us for 2 years now, and I think for
Mhm.
hopefully many more to come. Now that we are done kind of reflecting on the season, anything that you're looking to bring in 2021, maybe improvements in your game that you really want to hone in on more, leadership stuff, anything on or off the field that you're really excited about this season?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I think hopefully some more of the same defensively. I think there's a few things we can even clean up there, like
Yeah.
just be even stronger. We kind of, I don't want to say slipped up, but we conceded a few goals towards the end of the year, and we're going to learn from that. And I think we need to, dial it up and, kind of see what we can bring attacking wise in some different senses. Personally, I want to be available and, continue to be kind of a leader and a communicator in the back line, along with the guys next to me, and help organize the team in front of me. I think that helps when, several of us back there are able to communicate what we want for the guys in front of us. So just going to have to, obviously we have, a good group of returners, which is awesome. So need to kind of build off of that
Absolutely.
continuity and communication, and just continue to build and have some unity. And, hopefully it will continue to lead to great things. I mean, personally, there were a lot of really good teams this past year, and
Mm-hmm.
there's a lot of teams that are going to be very good this year. And so we can't take a break for any minute, and rest on what we did last year. We got to kind of improve and, look forward to 2021.
Yeah, it's the mark of a champion, someone that's never satisfied. I feel like that defines you as a player. I think it defines this team. Every single time I talk to you guys throughout the weeks of training, it was just, we got to look forward to the next one. It was never too much. You assess what you did wrong, took what you did well, and it's on to the next one, on to the next one. And now it's on to a new season. So that's really exciting. Off season, real quick. From your girlfriend's Instagram, it seems that you have spent quite a bit of time building stuff.
Oh, yes, I've tried.
How's that going?
It's going well, actually. I made a few charcuterie boards, you could say, elaborate cutting boards, however you want to look at it.
Still waiting on my monogrammed one.
As a few Christmas gifts last minute. I like to do the handmade stuff. I think that hopefully makes people, a little more happy when they get those. But yeah, I've been dabbling in that a little bit. I'm hoping to be able to continue once we get back down to Greenville. I just got to find a place that can make it happen, and hopefully we can maybe get some Greenville Triumph charcuterie boards for when we're on away. Maybe fans at home can sit with their Triumph board and have a Riot Pale Ale and and watch the games. And yeah, I mean it's fun for me. It's honestly it's something I do to keep busy, especially in the off season. Not getting too bored, just with workouts and doing something other than soccer, which is something that I value. And so it's a little outlet for me, but I enjoy it. So.
Absolutely. I'm going to clip out that little, I'm going to make our social media manager, Caitlin, clip out that. And we're just going to send it to sponsors to see if we can get you a woodworking shed.
Ship it out.
And then we'll get a cheese sponsorship and a wine. We already have a wine sponsorship. So, I mean, there you go. And then we have the Riot Blonde Ale. So, I mean,
we can do it all together.
Set. Yeah, exactly.
That makes sense.
Yeah. So anyway, it has been such a pleasure to catch up with you. I look forward to seeing all of you guys again soon. Enjoy a little bit more relaxation, a little bit more of your mind being on something other than soccer, and of course your families. So that is all, ladies and gentlemen. Brandon Fricke again, League One's Defender of the Year, joined me today. Talked about all things 2020, some exciting things to come, hopefully in 2021, and we will catch you next time.
Awesome. Thanks for having me.